There are six little phrases women say at the endocrinologist that quietly sabotage their own care. And you've probably said at least one of them without even realizing it. It's definitely not your fault. Nobody taught you what to say to be heard in a 15-minute appointment. By the end of this video, you'll know every single phrase and exactly what to say instead, so you finally walk out with answers. Hi, I'm Julie. I'm a registered nurse with over 30 years of experience, and I live with three autoimmune diseases. I said every single one of these phrases, and it took me 15 years to learn why they kept failing me. If you're new here, please subscribe. I break down these issues every week. Real answers, no waiting rooms. Phrase number one: my labs are normal. I just want to feel better. Here's what your doctor hears the moment you say that: the labs are the whole story. And the story is now over. I said this for years too. I had weight gain that wouldn't budge, hair coming out in handfuls, and I was exhausted by noon every single day. And I'd walk in and lead with, but my labs are normal. I was handing them the permission to dismiss me before they even tried. Here's what I need you to understand. A TSH in range with a woman who is clearly symptomatic is not a clean bill of health. It's an incomplete workup. Free T3, free T4, reverse T3, and TPO antibodies. These are the markers that show what's actually happening at the cellular level. One number doesn't tell that story. So say this instead: my TSH may be in range, but I'm still significantly symptomatic. I'd like to discuss a full thyroid panel. That one sentence keeps the door open. And here's where it gets harder, because number two is the one that we do without even realizing we're doing it. Phrase number two: I've just been really stressed lately. And I know why you say it, because you have been, because it's true, and because you want your doctor to understand the full picture. Things have been really stressful at home and at work. And I'd watch the doctor write it down, and they stopped asking questions every single time. Here's the thing: chronic stress absolutely wrecks your HPA axis. It tanks thyroid conversion, it drives inflammation. That's real and it matters. But I've been stressed without clinical language sounds like a lifestyle problem to your doctor, not a hormonal one, and not something that needs a workup. So, say this instead: I'm not attributing these symptoms to stress. I'm just asking that we look at what chronic stress does to thyroid hormone conversion and immune function and test that accordingly. Clinical language is the only language that gets clinical results. Number three is the one that breaks my heart completely, because it really comes from the kindest place and it costs women everything. Whatever you think is best. I flew from Iowa to Houston to finally see someone who looked at my full picture. Do you know why I had to fly that far? Because at every single appointment before that, I deferred to them. Whatever you think, you're the expert. I trust you. And I walked out without T3 ever being tested, without antibodies ever being tracked, and without a plan. And I'll see you in 6 months. We are raised to be good patients, especially women, and especially women over 40 who were taught that being difficult is the worst thing you can be. The research is consistent on this. Patients who arrive with specific named requests get more complete workups. That's not being difficult. That's the only thing that works. I want you to sit with this for a moment. The reason these phrases fail isn't that you're saying the wrong thing. It's that you've been trained to be a good patient. And in a 10-minute thyroid appointment, being a good patient is the fastest way to walk out with nothing. I'm telling you this as a nurse with over 30 years of clinical experience. You are allowed to walk into that room with a list. You're allowed to say, I know my body. Something is wrong and I need it looked at. It's not dramatic and that's not being difficult. That is self advocacy. And it's the only thing that has ever gotten women like us actually answers. So say this instead. Based on what I'm experiencing, I'd specifically like to discuss ordering free T3, free T4, reverse T3, and TPO antibodies. And I'd like to understand what those results mean for me, functionally, not just whether they fall in range. Number 4, I really want you to hear this one because it's the one we do before we even open our mouths. I don't want to seem like a hypochondriac. I used to write out everything I was experiencing before my appointments: the joint pain, the brain fog, the hair falling out, the weight that just wouldn't move. And then I'd cross things off. One by one, I'd cross them off because I didn't want to seem like too much. I hear this from women all the time. I didn't mention the brain fog because I thought he'd think I was exaggerating. I left out the anxiety because I didn't want to end up with a referral to a psychiatrist. We self edit and then we wonder why we leave with nothing. Here's what I need you to understand: Hashimoto's and autoimmune disease is not just a thyroid condition, it's a full body autoimmune process. It affects the brain, the gut, the joints, the cardiovascular system. Every single symptom you're experiencing may be directly connected to what's happening in your immune system. When you edit your list, you hand your doctor an incomplete case, and incomplete cases get incomplete answers. So say this instead: I really want to give you the complete picture because all of these symptoms together point to something systemic. I'd like us to look at this as one pattern, not as separate, unrelated issues. That's pattern language. And pattern language is what moves an appointment from a shrug to an actual workup. Something that I use every single day, especially on appointment days, is my Apollo Neuro. When your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, and let's be honest, walking into a doctor's office when you've been dismissed before absolutely triggers that. Your cortisol spikes, your thinking gets foggy, and you forget half of what you planned to say. I still do that. The Apollo sends gentle vibrations throughout your body, and your nervous system reads that as a signal that it's safe. I wear mine all day. I wear it all night. I get better sleep. I have a clearer head, and I can walk into appointments so much calmer than I used to. The link is in the description below if you'd like to learn more. I only recommend what I personally use. Number 5, this one is so common, it has its own built-in exit door. It's probably just perimenopause. I think it's just my age. I have said this more than once, believe it or not. I handed my doctor the simplest possible explanation for every single thing I was experiencing, and he took it every time gratefully. I hear from women who say, I just didn't want to waste his time. So they pre explain their own symptoms away before the doctor even has a chance to ask. Here's what actually is true: perimenopause and Hashimoto's share nearly every symptom: fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, and mood changes, hair thinning, and sleep falling apart, and they commonly co-occur. So blaming hormones alone without ruling out an active autoimmune process is an incomplete workup. Full stop. The functional approach doesn't choose between them. It looks at adrenal function, sex hormones, and thyroid function together because that's how your body actually works. So say this instead. I understand perimenopause may be part of this, but I'd like to rule out an active autoimmune component before we attribute everything to hormones. Can we look at my TPO antibodies and a full thyroid panel at the same time? Don't hand them the exit. Make them earn the explanation. If you've made it to number 6, this one is for you specifically. This is the one that trips up the women who have done all their homework. If you're not subscribed yet, this is the moment I'd really do it because the next week I'm covering the 5 labs your endocrinologist should have ordered years ago. Number 6 is for the woman who has changed her diet, done the research, is doing everything right, and still getting dismissed. Maybe harder than ever. I've already been doing everything right. I went gluten-free. I cleaned up everything that I was eating. I started tracking every symptom I had. I came in with printed research and I led with, I've already tried this. I'm already doing that. I eat clean. I sleep well. I don't understand why I'm so sick. And I watched the doctor completely check out. Women who have done the functional medicine work, the elimination diets, the supplements, the lifestyle changes, often walk into appointments and present as difficult patients. Not because they are, but because your endocrinologist hears, I've already gone alternative and stops engaging. And here's the thing, the lifestyle work matters. It absolutely matters. Addressing gut health, removing inflammatory triggers, supporting mitochondrial function, this is real. This moves the needle. But leading with your protocol in a conventional appointment signals without meaning to that you've already rejected standard care and they stop offering you options. So say this instead. I've been carefully tracking my symptoms. Here's the pattern I'm seeing. I'd like to talk about whether my current labs fully explain this and what else we should be looking at. Let the data lead. Your protocol is between you and your functional provider. Before your next appointment, write down your top 3 symptoms. Not I'm tired. Name the function it's affecting. I have cognitive fatigue. That doesn't resolve with sleep. That's better. Write down the 3 labs you want ordered by name and bring it in printed in your hand. So tell me, which one of these 6 phrases hit closest to home for you? Was it the stress excuse, the symptom list that you cross things off? I did that. Or number 3, the one about being a good patient. Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if this video helped you, please share it with a woman who is walking into an appointment and doesn't know these phrases are working against her. She really needs to hear this. And remember, your body is not broken, it's burdened. And when you understand those burdens, you can finally begin supporting your body in the way that it's needed all along. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And please take care of yourself because you deserve to feel better. And remember, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.